Right, what's up guys? This is the first video I've ever actually recorded for Geldergun Gaming, so welcome. This will be the first in a number of videos which I will be doing on how to survive Minecraft Survival Edition. It'll go all the way from right here, all the way through to just thriving and having a really big castle. We'll build a castle. It's going to look really great. Also, I'll share the seed with you, so if you want to follow along more closely, you can use the same world as I do. That is if you want to follow along at all. You don't have to. This is just showing you how to survive. So I'm going to create a new world right here. I'm just going to call it survival mode, normal difficulty, and we'll do infinite. The seed will be randomly assigned. You should see it right here. I'm going to put it there. I want to turn off all the cheats so that I can earn achievements. Also, I'm going to turn off multiplayer because I don't want to get disturbed. If you want to play with friends, that's fine. It's actually very fun to play Survival Edition with friends, but I don't want to be disturbed while I'm showing you guys how to survive. So let's get into this. This is quite helpful. Read these when you get a chance, because these actually do give you really good tips. Okay, so this video is going to be the first day. I'm going to show you what you need to do. So the first thing we actually need to do right now is find a good spot where we can settle down for the first night, because the first night's always going to be the most dangerous. You're going to have mobs coming out, and you won't have a lot of defenses yet. So you might want to set it pretty quick and then do some mining. So, there's the sun. Now I want some high ground so I can see around. This will be quite nice with the swamp here. We get to do some fishing. A lot of trees. I can hear a monster. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. Mob, sorry. I like to call them monsters. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this hill. It's in quite a nice spot. Generally, I'd like to choose a hill that's not too big, so you can really spend more time mining, because you don't have to spend as much time on the walls. Yeah, this hill's a little big, because the more of a steep hill you have that you're on, the harder it's going to be for other animals, for mobs to get up it, and easier it's going to be for you to build an effective wall. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to just mine some of the stuff off the top. I like to smooth out the top of my hill. I like to do this with glass. The other option is you could spend some more time looking for a suitable place, but I think you should really settle down and build a house pretty quick, and then if you want to move later, do it before it gets too late. But you want to be settled. You don't want to walk off and then die, and then you get sent all the way back to where you started, and then you have to walk all the way to where you were, because you aren't going to get to reset your spawn point until you have a bed. Okay, so after you get some dirt, just build a simple wall. You want it to be too high at first. You can worry about making it higher later. Sometimes if you have friends playing with you, it would be a good idea to make it higher, because they can figure out more tricky ways to jump over it than most mobs can. I'm going to cut down the tree, because I'm going to need this tree to make some supplies, make some implements, make my work easier, and to build a crafting table. This will probably be the most amount of time I'm going to spend mining a tree this game, because I haven't built an axe yet. I'm just going to jump up here to get this last one. I don't like leaving trees hanging. Yeah, there's another one. This is our first video of Geldergun Gaming, so I'm really just getting the hang of doing this right now. I've done a few recordings before, but never anything which I'm actually going to release. So this is quite a new experience for me. And if you've been watching my channel for ages and you're only just now watching this video, this is what it used to be like. But if we don't have any other videos and you're watching this, and thanks for watching, I'm gonna make some. As you saw just there, I'm sorry, I probably could have explained that better. I got some wood, which I could turn into these planks, which then I could turn into the crafting table. You're gonna need the crafting table because without a crafting table, you can't craft things like swords and really there's a ton of stuff. You just have to have a crafting table. So a crafting table is gonna be the first thing you really want. Now, sword, so I can defend myself against mobs. They're not going to be really a problem until it's nighttime, but right now, it's just a really good idea. Especially if you're playing with friends, you'll need to be able to defend yourself at all times. A hoe's not going to be useful until later, so I'm just going to hold off on that. Okay, this is going to make our job a lot faster. But I'm going to go through this really fast. I'm going to take down this tree. Oh, I didn't make an axe. There we go. Okay, so basically these are the implements you're going to want. Sometimes I hold off from making the shovel and the axe till later and just wait to go straight to the stone. But I want to show you guys how to do it properly, so I'm doing it this way today. Really should avoid mining anything with an implement that it's not designed for, because it will wear down the implement, and you just don't want that, because you need to save these implements for when they're actually useful, when they're necessary, like the axe for wood, the shovel for dirt and gravel, the pickaxe for basically all minerals except for some more valuable ones, which I'll show you guys later, and use the sword only for fighting. The sword takes a long time to go down because you don't use it a whole lot. I mean, even though it's vital, you're not going to use it a lot. So we're going to need to pick up a little bit here. So this first night, let's use this. This first night, I'm just going to build a very small perimeter around here to keep the mobs out. It's going to be about 2 blocks high. I'm going to use the natural ground, the natural hill, and some of this I've mined. Later, I'm going to really make this place great. I'm going to dig down and build a like a basement thing. I use that as kind of a quarry. It's kind of a quarry slash basement. That comes along a bit later. It will I think it just looks impressive. A lot of what I do in Minecraft simply to look impressive, because I like showing off when it comes to survival, because survival is really hard. Some people really struggle with it, so when you can do really well at it, it shows that you're a good gamer. And also, Minecraft's more than gaming. It's a certain amount of ingenuity which you might not get in a normal game, because there's so many variables which you have, because every single world is randomly generated. That's just how Minecraft works. I'm going to flatten this area out because I like it being flat. If you have a flat area, it's easier to see mobs. It makes your mind clearer. I just ran out of uses on my shovel. Okay, so this is where this is basically... I don't really like the trees being close by, but I'm going to have to deal with it right now. See, mobs such as spiders. This is kind of awkward. Mobs such as spiders and... I mean, any mob could spawn in a tree, I think. But sometimes they can climb over those, so I'm often kind of wary about that. This is just pretty crude. I need to get this up really fast before night comes, and then I don't have to worry about it again. I'm going to replace it with cobblestone later. Yeah, so I'm going to come back later and just replace all this stuff with cobblestone because that's much better to keep out the mobs. Really, it's going to be more important if you're playing multiplayer with other people. If you're playing multiplayer, then you're going to need to set up something pretty strong so you have time to go and fight them off. But if you're playing with just yourself, then you really don't need that much because the mobs can't dig. And if you get attacked by something like an Enderman, which I guess you could say it digs, it doesn't really dig, it like picks up blocks. I really don't know how that works. But the mobs can... The mobs can... They can't break through stuff. They can open doors, but they can't break through your... a simple 2-block wall like this. Maybe a creeper could because they explode, but then it's not there anymore. I had that happen recently where I had a creeper blow up my wall, but in another world I was playing. I'm gonna start a mine right here. We're going. Mining is really quite vital. Okay, the sun is going down at this point. I maybe need to be ready for night. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some cobblestone right now. I'm gonna make a furnace, and I can smelt, if that's the word for it. I can melt down some wood into charcoal, which then I can combine with my sticks, and I can make it into torches, which are going to be pretty vital because if you make a torch, then the mobs can't spawn near it, which, as you can imagine, is very helpful. I'm gonna need a little bit more. You always need torches when mining, unless you're like one of those daredevils who doesn't do that thing. I mean, really, you can't see. I actually have my darkness, I guess light turned all the way down, darkness turned all the way up, because I had to have it like that for some reason, but I'm used to it now, so I just leave it like that. And also it helps me to know when there's something dark. If you have it too light, you can deceive yourself. So I think it works like this. So this just gets burnt down. It uses this as fuel. It uses this as well, it's turning into charcoal. So it's going to use this. I might put another one in there. This won't produce a whole lot of torches, but it'll be better than nothing. Also, this produces some light, which is a nice thing. I'm trying to hear if there's any mobs around here. Okay. You could create a campfire, that's an option. But I prefer torches because they're a little more mobile. Okay, you go for the corners. This will spread the light the most. It'll be like, hey, I'm here, don't come near me. Which is actually kind of, well, actually mobs aren't that smart, first off. And second of all, if you're playing with friends, then it's, I mean, it might sound kind of counterintuitive, but I like to be like, hey, I'm big, I'm strong, don't come near me. So I do this to let them know that I'm not to be reckoned with. I think I'm mob safe. Okay, so let's see. There is a skeleton right there. You see him? Okay, so when the night is over, I'm going to finish this video. Thank you so much for watching and being patient with me. The first day I find always goes pretty slow because you're just trying to get going. Right now I can start mining, which is really what you want to do at night. Mining is a really good thing to do at night, especially before you have a bed. When you have a bed, sleep at night, seriously. But before you have a bed, if you want to mine at night so you can get materials, and then you don't have to worry about mobs and things like that. And mobs are going to spawn in caves anyway, so you really can't help it. This is actually quite a nice spot. I didn't realize how good it was. This is creep mode. can creep right up to the edge. But be careful, if there's something underneath that they could get you. You gotta be careful. Okay, I think that's done. Yep. And I'm gonna need to create a few more sticks for this job. Okay, this is gonna be for mining. And I am off. So when I start mining, I can start looking for iron sword. I can start looking for iron. I can make iron swords much more effective than wood. They last a lot longer too. Iron pickaxes, same. They last longer. And they're more effective. Basically anything made out of a more valuable substance is going to be more valuable and more efficient. I'm going to make a turn right here. Maybe I shouldn't make a turn. Maybe I should make a turn like this. Yeah, I tried to stay away from the surface in case you want to build something over here one day and it starts to interfere. So I'm thinking about if I want to add rails to this later, you can build rails, which means you can get up and down here a lot faster. So it would come down here, and then it needs this extra space to loop around, so I'm giving the extra space. Also, don't feel bad about mining so much cobblestone instead of like just digging it straight until you hit minerals. This stuff is pretty useless. You can just make it. You can use it to make your house look nice later. You can polish it, but when it's going to be practically useless right now. But don't feel too bad about mining stone, which turns into cobblestone, by the way, because when you mine this stuff, this is gravel. You can use this stuff for a ton of structures later. And I had this other world where I used so much cobblestone, I built a cobblestone generator. So, I hate gravel. So, you want to keep your cobblestone, don't like just willy-nilly throw your cobblestone away. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a pretty cool trick you can use torches for. Put your torch like this, and you see the gravel up there? Breaks on the torch. But unfortunately it's not going to work for this bit. I just built this kind of staircase thing. I enjoy it because I'm a very direct person. I like doing things in uniform. Some people like to go mining in caves. They'll attack the cave, but I find the risk of mobs when doing that is too high for my liking. I prefer to mine in peace of mind, so that when I do my mining, I don't have to worry about constantly running into a mob, so I can go into my mine if I have a sword and something like that. I'm just checking what time it is. Yeah, because if I don't have a sword, if I don't have to worry about having a sword and stuff, but it's almost inevitable you're going to come across a mine at some point, so I wouldn't try to, like, avoid them. Just, personally, I don't start with them. You could start with it. If you, like, see a mouth of a mine and see a mineral in there, go for it. But be careful, watch for mobs. Don't... We have a mineral. And my pickaxe is dead. Don't mine that stuff without a pickaxe, you won't be able to collect it. I have just enough time before I leave you to mine that. And I'll show you. Oh, look, I can make a stone one now. This will be a lot faster and cheaper. Now, you have to be careful when mining at first, because I'm going to start losing my hunger. I can't do that. I'm going to start gaining hunger. I'm starting to get hungry. You can see the food bars down there at the bottom. And eventually that can actually kill you if you get too hungry. And you get hungry by doing activities like running, getting hurt, basically healing. So you need to be careful and keep an eye on that. And if you start getting too hungry, go look and get some food. But really, you should keep a stock of food with you at all times later in the game. My personal favorite way to get food is by fishing. We'll get ourselves a fishing rod when we find some string later, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Right now, though, I am showing you how to smelt iron. So this is going to give me some iron, which I can then turn into iron pickaxes and things like that. Of course, I can't actually make an iron pickaxe right now because I think it requires 3 iron. But right now, just showing you guys how this is done is great. There we go, and I get some experience from that. Okay, the sun is going down right now. The sun's coming, not the sun. The moon is going down right now. The sun is going to come up right now. And this is where I leave you. And I will be seeing you in the next episode. If it's available, just scroll down, maybe look to the bar on your right. It's going to be right there. It's going to be in the playlist as well. I'm going to create a playlist for this course. And don't forget to watch the other videos in this course. This is the first one. This is actually the first video that I ever recorded for the channel that will actually go live. And I hope you enjoyed it. And please don't forget to subscribe, because we need subscribers. And subscribing is great. I mean, you win, we win, everyone wins, and it only takes a second. And don't forget to like the video and to leave a comment, because we really want to hear about this. This is our first video, so we want to hear what you think about it. And then we can decide what to do next, and maybe comment some ideas for videos you'd like me to do in Minecraft. And thanks for watching.